All right, hello everybody. We're going to talk about how to work with the clay a little bit, and maybe how to start the head and face of your person. I'm working with some air dry clay. It's just quite similar to working with just regular clay. I've got a little setup. I've got some wax paper or refrigerator paper laid down because this is going to get kind of wet and mushy and messy, and I don't want to get it on the table, so I'm putting it on the paper. And I've got a spray bottle. I've got some tools. It's really important to check out the tools you have and get to know them and love them because they could be very helpful. First thing is I want to kind of roll this just into like a head shape, but my clay is feeling a little dry, so it's part of working with the clay is, having water nearby to moisten it and kind of homogenize it. There we go, that's feeling better. And to make sure that it doesn't look all cracky. Okay, so the little cracks that we saw before are kind of starting to go away, which is nice. I'll even just a little bit more water. Probably should have taken off my ring before I did this, but okay. All right, so I'm just gonna try and get into the head shape that I want, something nice and even. And remember, this doesn't have to be like some crazy anatomical match with the person you're trying to do. You're just trying to capture some of their traits, but I figured I'd show you a couple cool little tricks to help you out along the way. So when it comes to the eyes, first with your eyes, you have eye sockets. That means there's like an indentation in your head where each of your eyes goes. So you can use your finger to kind of indent some eye sockets. I kind of like this round tool. Okay, and what's cool is as I kind of sculpt that out, it starts to create the bridge of a nose, which is kind of nice. Okay. Okay. And right now it's looking very skeletal, and that's fine. Something else I could do. Now, we have the eye socket, but now we're missing the eyeball. So I'm going to take like a little piece of clay. Ooh, so small. And maybe even half of that will be good. And you really just gotta play with the clay. Okay, and what's cool is that I can kind of set that in there. And ideally I would slip and score that in there, but for the sake of just getting this video done, you can use your different little tools to kind of mash it in. And that should work. Really get to know your tools, guys. Okay, and it starts to create kind of a little eyeball. And mind you, again, I'm doing this very quickly. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So you can start to see kind of like an eyeball shaping. Nice, all right. Some other stuff, let's see. I want to start to create that nose. Now, if I wanted to, I could just maybe take this little ball. I think it's not wet enough. And again, use your slip and score method to attach. There we go. Okay, good. That looks like a little nose. Let's give it some nostrils. Again, I'm doing this really quickly just to not bore you. And I've been saying, make sure you use your tools. There are some really pointy tools that I got for you. Look at that thing. Whew! Okay, we can actually come in here and create some little nostrils. Ooh. Get that down. Sculpt that a little bit more. Now I got a little bit of a lopsided nose, but that's okay. I can fix that. For the mouth, I think it's best to just kind of cut one in and kind of add where you feel necessary and make it into a little smile. Okay. And as you're going, make sure you're smoothing things out. so you don't get cracks. All right. Oh, there's a bell. Okay. Now that was a very, very, very basic little demo, but it should just give you an idea of some of your options, little tools that will help you along the way to start to kind of form the structure of the face. There's plenty more you could do and I could do, but I will probably help you one-on-one in class. So that should give you a little foundation to start with.